Okay, we are here with our friend Caleb in studio with us to talk about a movie called That Awkward Moment from 2014. And a thing that I felt during this movie was, this movie's from 2014. I was alive in 2014. I was an adult. Lacey and I were married. And I wasn't expecting to see a movie that was a perfect time capsule of 2014.
It just had that.
Yes. We didn't know what was coming in the years ahead. This is just a moment in time. But that got us thinking. What movies from right now or from the past few years do we think we will one day look back on and say that perfectly captured 2022, 2023, 2024, the 2020s? What do we think?
For those who want to answer in the comments, this is when we hope that you do. Aren't there's part of the definition, part of what you're getting at is like there is something a little bit off-putting when watching it with distance because you know how hilarious the tone was and just perfect it was in that moment. And there's something about it that just does not work anymore for very serious and interesting reasons and things it could have not foreseen. Like 9/11 changing how we look at destruction in New York movies or stuff. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't you put some sort of... You think people just understand your question?
Yeah. I'm interested in however they want to answer it, honestly, but I think you just did.
So my thought on this question is it's going to be very much a vibes related question. Mm-hmm. And so as I think about what is a time capsule of the 2020, I think there's one movie that felt very much like this is early 2020s, particularly in media, is Free Guy. Mm-hmm. Corporatization of America. Everything at the very end of that is just a fight scene that goes through all of the Fox and Disney properties. Mm-hmm. That's just like, look what we have. And I think that is particularly pervasive in Disney stuff. And you're seeing more corporatization of just general life in the 2020s that I think people will look back and be like, did we actually like this? This was good?
Yeah, because they even like in a thing that has not started as branded IP, suddenly they're pulling in the Avengers and Star Wars and stuff. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, this was all movies at the time. All movies had to contain all other movies.
So I didn't see that movie. So
yes, you did.
Well, totally saw that movie.
Ryan Reynolds, he's an NPC who gains sentience.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
We watched it together.
I didn't see it. So
it's
you're
not
saying
great.
That movie glorifies or like celebrates or like is just kind of like just in it and not being at all like ironic about it. No, it's just like
it is not ironic at all. It is a movie that it has literally nothing to do with the Disney and Fox properties. Yeah. Until at the very end they decide, okay, we got to bring it in. And so Star Wars comes in, Captain America comes in, the Hulk comes in.
Well, it's not ironic, but it's ironic the way all these movies are ironic, which is like it's winking at you like we know it's goofy and stupid, but we're still doing it. It's Deadpool basically.
It is, and it's right.
Gotta fit it in.
Stick right now. It's like look at all these other things that I did,
and I love it so much. Don't we all, folks?
Are we?
What if he runs for president?
I'm going to
totally vote here. For him. Yep.
Are we Ryan Reynolds fans here?
Okay, he is hardcore not. I, much like what Zac Efron does to me, hate how much it works on me. I love that man.
I'm not.
I know.
I think his style, I tend to like his style in the sense of like, he's a Vince Vaughn, Miles Teller from this movie, fast talking, real ironic, real sarcastic. But the way he has used that style in the types of movies in Free Guy and Deadpool, I'm getting out on it.
I can't believe Caleb likes everything. He finally is on my side.
He's a grown man now.
You know, like Miles Teller, he's a great asshole and he needs to be used as an asshole.
Yes. They need to stop acting like he's a good guy because that's not believable. You can't be that handsome, that talented, that smooth talking and funny and all that fucking shit and you gotta have something wrong with you.
Free Guy's a great answer. Do you have anything, Lacey?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could have something, man. I was thinking Bottoms, and there's been some time since I've seen it, but I just know it was so refreshing, and it felt so. Yeah, we've been waiting for these kind of heroes. We've had your book smarts and your super bad, and so like we've been evolving to this girl version of something. But these girls aren't looking for love; they're looking to fuck, and they're lesbians who are not fucking each other, nor do they end up discovering that it was there all along under their nose, or at least I don't remember them doing that. And we've always had the underdog story. It's just the kinds of things we are allowed to say, do, talk about, and it's not it's not shocking. It's just, yeah, that's how people talk. And because it's a novelty, which makes that movie refreshing, but it gives you a big charge of it. And then the movies will just start to kind of like gently apply it over their dialogue, and it'll just become part of us in a way that it's like, when did we ever need to like pile it on so thick?
So like when you look back at Superbad or the early Apatow movies, you're like,
Yes.
yeah, this a few years later became all of comedy,
It's
all
all
of
of
movie
it.
comedies.
Right. To see the origin is like, it take whatever pizzazz it has, it's been slowly let out.
It feels somewhat like it's an evolutionary Bridesmaids to me, and that like female-driven R-rated comedy that where they were like, this doesn't work. People don't want to go see women in the theater.
It's like one of my favorite movies.
Bridesmaids hits really, really hard.
I just watched it like a month ago. It's still great.
And Bottoms is like the evolutionary to say younger, and for the 2020s, particularly to your point, like it is gay focused. It is like very of the time with the cultural issues. I think that's a great pick.
I need to see this movie.
Wait,
It's good.
I watched it.
It's really good.
Yeah, you did.
Let's watch it together.
So my pick, this is a very hard question. I couldn't come up with a great answer. I think both of you have really better answers than I have. We just watched the movie Thelma a few nights ago, and it's about a 95-year-old woman who goes on a old person Mission Impossible quest, but grounded and realistic because she gets scammed on the phone out of $10,000. Somebody calls her who sounds like her grandson saying he needs to be bailed out of jail.
No spoilers, bitch.
And what made me think there are things in this movie that I think we will look back on in the future and say, yeah, that was really prevalent at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe these things will only increase, but I think some of the definitive features of right now are if your phone rings, it's someone trying to steal from you. And there's a lot of like intra-family or intra-family surveillance on each other. They're always aware of where the others are via apps. And I think I could see that going away. And we'll look back on this time and say, I can't believe how into each other's movements we were.
That's interesting that you're taking it that way, because I think both me and Caleb's answers have to do with that like high concentration, or maybe just like the introduction of that, which we're all experiencing it, but it's the first time we really feel like we're seeing it. And then it just kind of like becomes such the norm. So like, it's not okay. Parker Posey always plays a neurotic person, and that's why I identify with her. She's the mom in this movie. So all the technology is supposed to make her seem like a real type A, like, but it's like, it's so second nature for me to pick up my phone and check to see where you are in Life 360. So yeah, a bit of that's going to be like, this is everyone's mom. What are we doing here? But I almost picked the same one, but for a completely different answer, which is that there is no representation of elderly people, let alone actors in their 90s, playing actors in their 90s, getting to just be fucking people. Now, it is kind of like when LGBTQ first started kind of entering, it had to all be about LGBTQ-ness and not so this movie is all about age. But maybe once you're a certain age, it kind of just, how are we still alive? Everything is about your friends dropping like flies and how vulnerable you feel and what things can you embrace that still make you feel like you, and how do you turn the page and have a new chapter and enjoy the fact that you've made it this far. Anyway, I just found it really refreshing, and hopefully that feels like a time capsule because we'll get a lot more of that woven into other.
That would be nice. Yes, because old people like movies too.
Okay.
I think old people have moved to television. Only Murders in the Building, that new Ted Danson show.
We need to get them back.
They need to get out of the TV and back on the big screen.
Go back to the cinema plexes, folks.
And let me say, it's not totally, I'm not saying this is important for the old people. Of course it is. But I've always hated how people dismiss old people and really young people as if they aren't yet a human or if they're done being a human. And I just think it's a nice reminder that they're not putt-putting around their house and are an NPC while you're not checking on them. They're trying to figure out what the fuck to do with their day, and that's just as valid as what you try to figure out to do with your day.
Yeah, they're people too with interiority. This has been a meaty little discussion we've had.
I really had a meal with this one.
Okay, let us know in the comments what movies from the recent past do you think will stand as time capsules in the future. We look forward to hearing from you.
La, la, la.